Alright guys, so before we get into the video, I do want to show you this. This is pretty sweet. This is by Pay 2021, and it's a mod for Ken Roczen and Eli Tomac, and it's a replica from the World Supercross. And we do use both of these riders in the video. I know it should just be two strokes, but this is really sweet and I wanted to show it to you. So we use them, but we do have two strokes. I have the 2022 Red Bull Straight Rhythm made in several different games, and before we get to the real Straight Rhythm that I made, I have two of them. I kind of want to show you, I had an idea and it just didn't work out the way I was hoping it would, and I'm going to show you why. So, Straight Rhythm was at the beach this year, and this would be MXGP 2019, and the setting was perfect, right? The setting was just right, but to try and make Red Bull Straight Rhythm in MXGP, it just doesn't work. The track editor isn't my favorite, but it's okay. The problem is, it doesn't have a ton of options that... It's a motocross game, right? It isn't a Supercross game, so to try to replicate Straight Rhythm, it just doesn't work. So I tried this for a bit, and even if the map and the setting were great, the track editor just doesn't really allow for it. So I switched over to Supercross 5 just to see if it would work, and yes, I know somebody will say, but we've done this before, that we have two turns on the Straight Rhythm, and that shouldn't be there, but it just has to be that way. The layout, I'm pretty sure, is exactly the same as it was in real life. The bridge is a bit unfortunate because that wasn't... I mean, it was kind of a bridge, but they did say it was like 70 feet. So, yeah, the bridge in this game isn't the same. They do have the wall this time around, but that took up so much space that I wouldn't have been able to fit the track in 3 lanes. Like, I've said it before, or I said it earlier, that we've done this before. This is a very standard way of setting up Red Bull Straight Rhythm. And I did build it to be taken the main way most of the riders were taking it. I do know Hansen and Hill were quadding off the, I guess, after the first wall. And maybe you can quad a second time, but it wouldn't be easy. And the reason I didn't make it a quad for the second one is because I watched it. It didn't appear that second quad was faster. It felt like having that double out was actually a bit slower. The quad in, the first quad, definitely. And Roczen and pretty much the faster guys were doing that. But the second quad, not so much. So, yeah, we also, I do have... Now I want to show you the Roczen replica by Pay 2021. It was during a race, so it's pretty much the same thing, but we do have two strokes to show you because it would be wrong not to. And we have a second Straight Rhythm in a different game that came out pretty good, but in my opinion, this was the best one. And we do have Supercross 6 news, so I want to talk about that at the end, kind of a confirmation, if you will. But yeah, so Red Bull Straight Rhythm coming back to it. Muscan, it's crazy. I didn't know how many times he's done the event, but he is undefeated, boys. He hasn't even lost a run. Not even a run. Now, it is a bit unfortunate that the final against Roczen was... It started to rain a bit. I mean, it was probably a bit slippery, but... yeah, I mean, they both had to ride on it, but it is a bit unfortunate. I wish it would have stayed dry. Maybe it would have been different with Roczen. He said that, I mean, he didn't really say much, but he did say that he wished the weather had held off for that final. So, good for Muscan. Really happy for him. That's awesome that he's just dominated that event every single time he's done it. It's an event that he's good at. Now, another thing I did see, because the event was on ESPN Plus, but they did put the event after it was done on their Red Bull Motorsports YouTube page, and I did find it interesting that a few people, well, a decent amount of people had said it was a great event, awesome that they put it on. The only thing they wished is that it was a series, maybe a 5-6 race series, and the YouTube channel came back and was like saying that would be cool too. I don't know if that means they're trying to make that happen. I'm not sure when they would put that on, if it was a multiple race series, because it can't really conflict with Super Motocross or World Supercross. I mean, unless there's a bunch of money put up, which usually this event is for fun mostly, it would be tough to make that work. They would have to find time in between racing, the racing season and whatnot. So I found that a bit interesting, but we do have the 2-stroke here. Like I said, it would be totally wrong if we didn't do it. It is validated. I don't remember what I called it. I think I just called it JK or something. I didn't even call it what it was supposed to be because I didn't plan on leaving it validated. But the best part about this, this was the best version, is I think the double triple off the start came out really, really well. It is a bit tough, but to hit the double and then triple, and that's basically what they were doing. And the rest of that first rhythm section came out pretty good. The second one is okay, but after the bridge, they were tripling up onto a table, but it was a table, and there was a better version we could have used, but we would have ran out of room. So I went with the very short table to make it work. And there is different ways. If you don't treat the wall the way it should be, you can jump off of it and have some really cheesy ways around the track, but we were trying to make it the way it should be. Now we are going to switch over to Supercross 1. The reason it worked a bit better in this game is because the stadium is bigger. The large outdoor stadium has been getting smaller from year to year. I don't know why, but it has. We really need a Daytona map, right? That would be perfect for trying to make straight rhythm or longer tracks or for doing replicas. I mean, Milestone has to know we try to do replicas. So to have a Daytona style map would be perfect for multiple things. But yeah, I mean, it works better here. We have 2 lanes instead of 3, and it came out pretty good, but you do have less options for making Red Bull straight rhythm. So kind of a trade-off, and in my opinion, it came out better in Supercross 5. It was more fun. It was actually more fun. I do prefer this game, but it was more fun in Supercross 5, and just having, I mean, this editor, in my opinion, is better, but with what we were trying to do is what I'm trying to say. It worked to have it in Supercross 5 better. So, yeah, that's about it for this. The rest of the video is kind of about Supercross 6. So, I did say, if you did catch it, if you didn't skip the beginning, that we do have a confirmation of Supercross 6. So, we do know that game is coming. Probably the regular time. You know, February, March, and then sometime in, what would it be, January, maybe December, they start advertising it. I don't expect too many changes, but it does appear we aren't getting MXGP this year, which is fine. If they take a year off, that'd be great. I don't know. Maybe they're done doing it. Maybe they don't. Maybe they just don't want to do MXGP. Maybe they didn't renew their licensing and that series is done. I don't know. It would be a shame if it was done. I mean, I didn't say I didn't want it to happen. I wanted them to take a year off and make it better. So I'm hoping with the confirmation of Supercross 6, it was on the Supercross Live website. I'll try to have it on screen if I can find it, but I did see it. It was confirmed. It was confirmed that FanFest, the pits, are going to have a Supercross 6 setup, and you can test it during FanFest. So it is coming. MXGP, I don't think is happening. Hopefully they put the extra time into Supercross and make it a better game. You know, don't take features away. Change the gameplay, make it better. Listen to the community, and they can, you know, just make a good game out of it. I'm hoping that's what it means, but I just have this feeling, and I hope I'm wrong. So don't say it didn't age well. I'm hoping I'm wrong, and they really put some work in and effort in to make this new Supercross game good. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think. What do you think about the straight rhythm? What did you think about the event? What do you think about confirmation of Supercross 6? Is it going to be a better game, or will it just be a copy and paste? But you guys and girls are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the support on the channel lately. It really does mean a lot. And until the next video, take it easy.